if I generate one, here's one, my first one came out to 0.5. Here's another one, my second one came out to, looks like 0.55 or 0.56. And notice again when I put the confidence interval, see how this crosses that dark line. So it is in the 0.5 is in between the upper and lower limit of that confidence interval. So we're seeing green, right? I want to set this at 90% though. I forgot to do that. Let's do that again. So set this to 90%. All right, and we just kind of keep going with this, right? Just kind of keep going with this. All right, you can generate, oh, I got a red, right? So I've done 21 and I finally got a red. And so here this red, where does this go? Well, it's this one, it's almost like an outlier in the sampling distribution. If you look at 0.3, that random sample is so far off from 0.5 that if I was making a confidence interval from that sample proportion, it might make me think something's true about the population that's really not true. Okay, so again, you can see that not all confidence intervals actually will contain the population. Right now I'm at about 95%. So, but if I keep going, this number will start to drop to 90%. In other words, I kind of expect more reds if I'm set at the 90% level. So if I kind of click a few more here, maybe another 10. Now I'm at 93%. Maybe another 10. Now I'm sitting at 90%. So if you notice, the more samples I take, then the closer this number gets to 90%. And again, we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing sampling variability. We don't get the same confidence interval every time. Every time you take a random sample, you're getting a different sample proportion, and you're getting a different confidence interval. And sometimes the confidence intervals are green and they contain the population proportion, and sometimes they're red and they do not contain the population proportion. These reds are usually ones where the sample was really, really far off from the population, and that can happen because of sampling variability. So I'm hoping that's helpful. Let's look at the actual problem. Says, again, discuss the implications of sampling variability. We just did that. The confidence intervals are coming out different every time. What does it mean to capture or contain the population parameter? It just means that the population proportion of 0.5 was in between the upper and lower limit of the confidence interval. How many contained the population? How many did not? Well, everybody would have a different answer to that. Mine, I had 41 total. 37 of them were green, which was about 90.2%. And let's see, that would be 4 of them were red. Right? You can actually count them. And that would be pretty close to 10%. So let's go to the definition of 90% confidence, right? 90% of confidence intervals contain the population parameter. That's the greens. About 90% of confidence intervals I make will be green, and 10% of them will not contain the population parameter. All right, that's the reds. So I hope this was helpful for you. This has been section 2D, numbers 21 through 32 in StatKey.